and profitability and all that sort of stuff. I decided to buy a site, and then it's sort of like, where do you go? Do you go through, Flipper, which seems pretty crazy, or do you go through, you spend a lot more money and go through somewhere like Empire Flippers? At that stage, having just dudded myself with a whole bunch of starter sites, I didn't feel comfortable going over to Empire Flippers and, whacking down 50 or 100 grand. I actually went probably even riskier than Flipper, went on a Facebook group and bought a site there. It didn't happen straight away. I actually did do a fair bit of due diligence, but the very first site I bought was only 900 US, and it was really just to see how the process was going to go. I'd done a fair bit of examining lots of different businesses, but I chose one that was very cheap. It was only making like 30 US a month or something like that. Anyway, it was like, it was figures like that. But I figured even if I was totally scammed, and I thought this is, a 50% chance or something off a Facebook group, I wouldn't lose that much, and I would learn something from it. But look, that site actually went fantastically. The seller was fantastic. He was very accommodating and understanding that I'd never done a purchase before, because there's a reasonable amount to it. You're going through escrow, doing the domain transfers, doing the transfer of tracking like Google Analytics and AdSense and all that sort of stuff. And he sort of walked me through it. Not unfortunately so much that I didn't make a mistake later on with a different site, but anyway. And that site, incredibly, after a month and through no work of my own, basically just exploded in traffic. So it must have been all the good work that he did. And it just went very well. And so I had a very good experience with that.
Awesome.
And fairly early on, which was quite unexpected. And that sort of gave me confidence, for more purchases.
Cool. Congrats. Yeah, it's really good. I've had that experience as well. This first business I bought, I had to work really, really hard to get the results. The second business I bought, I did basically nothing, and we got 100% return on investment back in 7 months.
Great.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, hey, look, I bought the right thing. And at that time, probably similar to you, buying this site is like, I didn't know much about buying sites. Let's be honest. It was my second business. So that was pure luck. So what have you done with that site that's done well? And then what else have you done in the space of buying? Like, where do you go from there?
I did buy a considerable number. So I think all up, I've bought about 14. From that site, I, refined a list of criteria. I've heard a number of people talk about it. The best way to get value is choosing the right site. It's right in the purchase process. If you can buy a site that's either under monetized or it's got sort of easy SEO wins, you can definitely, in the first couple of months, increase the traffic or increase the profitability. And it all comes down to just choosing the right site.
Yeah, profit is in the
found it. I just wrote down a list of, here are the things that I've got to look for, and each of the sites and also here are the sorts of sites that I'm comfortable with. So definitely content sites. So I could immediately on Flipper just exclude FBA or any apps or all this sort of stuff. They might be great businesses and they're wonderful, but it's not for me. I haven't got the expertise there. Then it's like, okay, I wrote down a sort of like 10 steps of things that I've got to check once I'm sort of interested in a site. Then you've got to ask them, can I get access to Google Analytics? And then you want to have a process that you can just run through as quickly as possible so that you can check out a site within 10 minutes. And you can, at this stage, you're more sort of excluding and looking for reasons to knock the site back. You've already sort of said in your mind, okay, this looks pretty good. But now you just want to say, okay, where's all the traffic from? And then if initially it looks like, you're getting this huge amount of traffic, but you find it's all from China, then you're like, okay, I'm not actually, and it's, say you're getting a ton of traffic, but the site's making very little money, and you're thinking, okay, if I swap out AdSense and I put in, say, Ezoic or Publift or whatever, then I'll double my money. But then if you find all the traffic's from China or India, well, that's not going to work. And so you need to find that out quickly so you're not wasting time later on.
I'm curious, did you, since listening to the podcast a while ago and buying sites, did you at all get the My Due Diligence framework that we give away?
I didn't.
You should get it.
I haven't really bought many things. I've got a few
Okay.
subscriptions to tools.
No, this is the free. This is the free. Like you can get it for free. It's just
well,
a
I
free,
should.
like it's an email opt-in. That's what I said. You should get it. Like it's free.
Clearly, I didn't pay enough attention.
Yeah.
No, look, it sounds great. I had my own sort of framework. It was not really a framework, more like a little pamphlet.
Yeah, like a checklist, right?
Yeah, just 10 questions once I've got sort of Google Analytics, which made me comfortable in purchasing the site or finding out more.
So you've bought 14. Are we all roughly around the $1,000 range, or
No,
you slowly increase it a little bit? Or
once you bought a few, you get your confidence up if you haven't lost all the money. So they definitely increased in price. There are ones for 1,000. I'll just have a quick look here. Then another one, I bought one which was sort of based on a database of elevations for about 12,000 US. One on ceiling fans for 14,000 US. And then it went